Just because I don't want to die. That one was a little bit tanky. Wow. Yo, what's going on, gamers? Luck here, and welcome back to the channel. We are back in another Tower of Babel video. We're gonna run an Ice Spike build today, and I really just want to show you how crazy projectile builds can be with this new update. Also, if you could make sure to check if you're subbed, liked, and hyped the video, it's all free to do, and it helps the channel out a lot. Thanks, guys. Alright, let's get into this build. So we do have one thing that we changed from the last build. It's the same skill tree we had with the Heavenly Judgment, but instead of Wall of Fire length is increased it by 20%, we actually changed it to make it so Wall of Fire direction goes towards an enemy. So hopefully this will be better, but yeah, it's, you know, the same skill tree as the one before. You can go ahead and pause it if you want to see everything before, but yeah, just a quick intro on the skill tree. Let's get into the build itself. Okay, starting off with the helmet. So we have a helmet that is for meteor fall, but it actually makes it so meteor fall drops on our character, so we don't actually have to chase them around, and we can kind of just make it more streamlined and a little bit more relaxed, you know, so we're not always chasing that buff. We're gonna have it on us constantly from our boots, which have the 100% all damage for standing in flames, 15% XP gain, all damage, crit chance, and 30% projectile count. On our cloak we have 25% basic attack crit hit chance. On our chest we have 35% chance for Ice Spike to bounce to another target. On our ring we have 100% projectile count, and 50% of them fire in all directions for Ice Spike, fires horizontally, and 35% extra damage added onto Ice Spike. And we managed to get a really good Ice Spike legendary for the necklace that has a res count, and this one increases the firing angle of Ice Spike and gives plus 50% projectile count. We're running the cold skill reduced by 1 second with a 35% chance of crit hits with basic and special attacks for the belt. And the weapon, we got another crazy weapon, so we switched it out for this one. This is a superior rare item, and it's got 5.3% crit hit chance with all range and 13 intelligence for the added skill. I really like the aesthetic look of projectile builds, so yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Of course, we do all of our builds on Chaos level 30 with a 20-minute level 10 curse, more and stronger elites on as well. Let's go. Okay, we're back. We got a little bit of a decent run going here. I'm hoping we can make something happen. We are about 2 minutes. Pretty much the usual whenever I start recording a run, because it can take a couple of attempts to get these runs going. But let me go ahead and give you the rundown. We got 7 levels into crit chance. We have a filler skill that kind of matters because of our boots. So we actually have this, and because of our hat, I'm hoping we can kind of like mainline it so I don't have to chase down the fire spots as often. We've got another filler skill here. We have 4 levels into XP gain already, and Ice Spike is at level 10 already as well. So we do have crit chance, projectile count, piercing, XP, Ice Spike, and attack power all blessed right now. We have, I think, 1 blessing left, and we're saving it for crit damage. So let's go ahead and get in here. Let's see how we can make this build work out a little bit. All right. So you can already see, like, Ice Spike is going off pretty hard right now. We have no cooldown reduction or anything except for the... We're going to go ahead and take the 3 levels into Ice Spike. No cooldown reduction except for the flame wall here. I do still need to hunt down the experience crystals though, so it's not you know, that mainlined yet, but we'll get there. We still got 18 minutes left to go, and I'm actually more, I guess, relaxed with this run because we did manage to get a layout with the resurrection count on a necklace, which is kind of crazy. I've actually seen way more of these than I feel like I'm supposed to. We're going to take another crit chance here. Got our first elite right here. Let's see how Ice Spike can handle it. Got kind of like, there we go. Dodge those Ice Spikes that he's throwing out. Now the next build I do, I think I'm going to try and do like a basic attack Hydra build. Maybe. Possibly. Let's do projectile count here. Let's get a little bit more of these Ice Spikes going. There we go. Damn. Yeah, you can see whenever there's a whole bunch of cooldown happening from our basic attack, we send out a lot of ice spikes. I do need to get some more skills just for filler skills. I don't want them to take up too much damage. So I think I'll wait a little bit. I'm trying to get stuff that's like closer to me. So if possible, I do want to try and get like, we'll do attack power. I want to try and get like lightning wave. I think maybe, see, all three of these options are not great. We used all of our rerolls. We have 4 bans left. Yeah, 1 blessing. Let's just go ahead and let's take special attack to avoid the long range skills. Try and hold off as long as we can. Crit chance almost maxed already. I think I'm gonna hold off on that. Let's get the 2 levels into Ice Spike. There is a couple of interesting builds I've been looking at. We'll do attack power. Like there's one that in the skill tree of the wizard, he's got like a hellfire. And I saw one person do it, but I don't know if they were on high difficulty levels, so maybe we can make that work. We have lightning wave here. We're gonna go ahead and pick that up. Okay, that's our 4th skill. Nice. Nice little magnet right here. I am kind of debating if I need cooldown reduction. Because we are not really hitting... we're not really hitting with our basic attack that often. It does give attack area when you level up basic attack, but that is just the width of it. It doesn't go longer. Let's take attack power here. Nice. Although whenever we do hit those like huge spikes of... Nice. We'll take... Well... No, we'll take XP gain here. It's still pretty early on. Whenever we do hit these huge cooldown reductions with our basic attack, it does clear out everything pretty fast. Let's do another attack power. Still looking for the crit damage. I hope we don't get too unlucky with it. We could use a ban here on special attack, but I think I want to save the bans for the skills so we don't accidentally lock ourselves into one of those. I did try a magic hammer build with like the spinning hammers, and it still didn't really do that well in performance. So I'm not exactly sure if it's actually possible to get a good build with magic hammer, but I'm not giving up on it. I think maybe it would be better. Look at that. Once we get an elite in our cooldowns, we just constantly send out ice spikes. Okay, did not mean to pick that up, but that's fine. Let's get another XP gain here. We'll do ice spike and ice spike again. And we'll do crit chance. There was another magnet. I accidentally ran into that. Let's do gold chance. Okay. Yeah, once we get an elite in our basic attack, it's pretty much GG for that elite. We're just going to be sending out ice spikes left and right. We got a gym. Okay. I did do a test on this build without the helmet for the what do you call it? The molten spots. And it wasn't that great. We did have the chest piece on. We had a chest piece on that gave us... We'll go ahead and do ice spike here and max it out. We had a chest piece on that made ice spike shoot in the pointed direction that we were. But that wasn't really great. I don't think it was doing anything because of the fact that they're just like going everywhere. So I went ahead and swapped it out for this build, and I feel like this is doing much better. For 2 reasons. Mainly... Nice, 4 levels into projectile count, mainly because the one we're using now has a chance to bounce, and we also got the res count on the necklace. We were able to switch that out, but it also, like, I mean, I've said it a couple times already, it streamlines the whole process of maintaining the 100% damage from our boost. from our boots and the boost. So we don't have to really walk around, which is really good. I would like more pickup radius, but I also want attack damage. We'll do the pickup radius. Let's make it a little bit more AFK if we can. Heaven's Judgment, not great. Let's take piercing count. That is something that we need. I'm not quite sure if the piercing account, or if the piercing chance has anything to do with the amount of times that Ice Spike can bounce. But if it does, then that means the more piercing chance we get, the more times it will bounce, which means more damage and faster clears. In a sense, right? Let's do mana restoration. I am excited to get back into the builds. Like the dagger build. I've got a dagger build coming up, speaking of daggers. Wow. We'll do XP gain at level 9. My last dagger build I did was a while ago, and it was the fan dagger. And we didn't have the cooldown skill, like the basic attack. So I feel like with the crit basic attack and the fan ability with that one, it would go really hard. Let's do special attack. I actually wonder if it would be better to not do the fan in that sense. We have 3 levels into piercing chance. We'll do that. I think we can hold off on the last level for XP gain for a minute. Nice, there it is. Looks like we chose the right option there. We have a magnet here. I think I want to try and keep that alive for a little bit longer, although we do have max XP gain. Go ahead and pick up attack power. I think I might actually save it and pick it up at like 11:30 if possible. Damn, Heaven's Judgment. Nah, let's get gold gain. Still looking for another close skill for our last one. Earth Spike and Spinning Blades are not it. With the one build that I did that wasn't... It was the same build as this, but it didn't have, like, the constant meteors dropping on us. It didn't really do that well in terms of, like, damage overall. So I feel like maybe this one's not really a damage build, but more so like an aesthetics build. So it just looks crazy. I mean, look at this. Plus, if we get like area, we'll do 2 more levels into basic attack. If we get area increase, I think they're going to be bigger, which would be crazier. Level 9 into projectile count. We'll go ahead and finish off attack power nice and early. Finish off projectile count as well, and crit chance. Crazy. We finished off 3 skills with that one. I heard a rune drop. That's insane. I used all my runes. I used all my runes to add sockets to things, so now I don't have any runes to put into the sockets that I used them on, which is kind of not smart. Fire Orb is really good. We still need 1 more close skill. Speaking of Fire Orb, I did want to try a build like this, but where it shoots Fire Orbs out. I think maybe that would be okay, but I mean, I've been noticing something lately. Nice, finally we're seeing crit damage. Oh my god. That took forever, dude. I am noticing something lately that skills that only do like 1 pass through enemies are not really great. But if we can get a lot of them going out and passing by a lot of times, maybe we could be able to do something there. But still, the ones that kind of just like hit multiple times, probably the best skills in the game, you know? I really, really hope that they change the Reaper skill to where we're going to go ahead and use a ban on Fire Orb here. I hope they change the Reaper skill so that you can actually summon multiple Reapers. Because... pardon me, I had to cough right there. Because last time I did a Reaper build, we tried the one... speaking of Reaper, here it is. Let's go ahead and bypass that. Let's do Piercing Chance. I tried 2 different Reaper builds. One where the Reaper was constant and didn't follow you. Okay, we could do... Dragon's Breath here is okay for our 6th and final skill, considering it's kind of closer to us. I tried 3 different Reaper builds. One where the Reaper was constant and didn't follow you, which wasn't that great, even with maxed attack speed. And I think we even had maxed cooldown or max skill casting speed, attack speed, and projectile count, and it still didn't really do that well. Let's use a ban on lightning. We'll do a ban on both of these actually. And that should be all of our skills, all of our filler skills now banned, which is fine. We'll do a basic attack. Nice. I do like that they added these gold mimic chests. Super, super cool. They also added goblins, and this is the closest build I've had to killing a goblin. Even when I tried like a stun build, it didn't stun the goblin that much. It stunned him for like a half a second, and then he just like super speed runs off the screen, so you don't even have time to chase him down. I'm getting off track here. What was I talking about? Look at that. So many molten spots right on top of us. Right, the Reaper build. So the second Reaper build I tried was where he was constant and he followed us, and that didn't really do anything either. And then the third one I tried was like where he wasn't constant, so I tried to get him to spawn a lot, but again, that didn't really do well because I think there's like a maxed amount of Reapers you can have, and I think it might be set to 1, which is not great. So if they change the Reaper skill, nice, we're maxing out Piercing Chance right there. If they change the Reaper skill to where you can have multiple Reapers on the field at one time, I think a cooldown build with the basic attack would go pretty hard. Yo, we got another gold chest here. Holy. That's huge. Nice crit damage. Still only 6 levels into crit damage. But yeah, so Reaper I think is going to be a no-go unless they change it. I did do a lightning wave skill build, I guess, test, to where I had it spawn at, like from random places, not around me, and it was okay. It was okay. But I don't know if I'm going to make a build out of it, or a video. I might though. Who knows, we'll have to see. There's still a lot of the skill tree that I haven't messed around with. Level 7 into crit damage. So we still have a lot of builds to do. Gotta remember to stand on the spots. Even though they are spawning on top of me, I still have to remember to go on top of them. Crit damage here will be pretty good. We got 7 minutes left. Ice Spike doing some pretty crazy stuff right here. Attack area is pretty cool as well. If we do attack area, then it's gonna make our Dragon Breath go out farther. You know what? Let's try it, because we do want bigger ice spikes. Even though they are like targeted and directed, they're not just... well, I think some of them are targeted. I don't think projectile count really matters with basic attack, because we do have the wall of fire, but we could do good with some casting speed on them, make them come out a little bit faster. I also maybe should consider getting some skill casting speed. Nice, maxing out crit damage. Okay, Ice Spike's not really performing that well, but like I said earlier, this is mainly just an aesthetics build. Just a build to kind of like look cooler, I guess. We have attack speed here. Let's do some range. Maybe we can send out some basic attacks farther. I did change one slot on the skill tree. So instead of making our basic attack longer by 20%, I switched it to the one where it would fire towards the enemy. So now we're getting just like straight lines instead of these horizontal lines. Which I don't know if I can really tell a difference yet. Let's do pickup radius. Nice. Ooh. You love to see it whenever there's a whole bunch of ice spikes coming out at once. Really puts the build into perspective a little bit. What they need to do is add higher chaos dungeon levels. Because I think I might be ready for, like, I don't know, chaos dungeon level 50s. Let's do movement speed here. I was thinking about making a tier list, like a build tier list of like which builds I think, in my opinion, are like the best and perform well. But then I would also need to have like a section on which ones I think look the best. So maybe that'll be something I do in the future if you guys want it. But who knows? I do really hate these birds. Man, I think... You know what? You know what? I could actually do an enemy tier list as well. Like, from worst to best enemies to see in a run. I mean, obviously the ones... let's do mana restoration. Obviously, the enemies that shoot things and projectiles at you are, you know, the worst. But I also feel like the ones that move really fast, like the birds, and then there's a couple of these guys that like speed up whenever they hit you. If you don't have movement speed, those could be pretty difficult to deal with and to handle. Especially if it's an elite and it's running at you with a poison aura. Those ones really suck. Nice, another gem. Let's go ahead and pick this up. Let's do attack speed. Give me this gem. We're at level 93. Nice, attack area is at level 5, and we don't even have it blessed. Another legendary, love to see it. I'm also contemplating on whether or not I should do another build with, oh man. Okay, we got some crazy stuff happening here. I did notice last time I did a test on this build, whenever there's like a whole bunch of... Let's do movement speed. Whenever there's a whole bunch of ice basic attack, level 4 levels into basic attack. Whenever there's a whole bunch of ice spikes, it does kind of get a little bit hard to see. And it does lag a little bit, so enemies get super close to me. I'll max out pickup radius. You can see that little lag spike right there. But it's nothing that my PC can't handle. Let's do a basic attack right here for our final level. And then we'll save this magnet for the very end so we can literally just pick up everything. Now we can just stay still because we are max level, so we don't need to run around and pick up anything. Unless it's like a legendary or a gem or I guess a rune. Honestly, runes I think would be the best option for me right here. Ooh, we do have a legendary up there. I'm gonna go ahead and grab that actually. My god, look at all these ice spikes. Holy. It's just like a barrage. I feel like oh, another gem. I feel like I perfected my ice magic with this build. Where's that gem at? You have another elite right there. But luckily, it's not an elite that moves fast. Where is it? Oh, it's right here. Okay. I think I'll go ahead and just move around the map just to pick up a little bit more of these. Gotta be careful. I do have some movement speed here, so if I go too fast, I could kill the run and myself in game. Look at this. This is insane. Oh my god, dude. I just love builds that look insane and crazy, like with all the projectiles. I think the projectile builds are probably my favorite. Man, we got a minute left, and we're just straight chilling. We got 2 elites here. This should be fun. 1 elite down already. I am using my special attack just to kind of like melt the elites a little bit faster. Just because I don't want to die. That one was a little bit tanky. Wow. Of course, whenever you're moving towards the enemies, you're going to hit them more with the basic attacks. So you're going to do a lot more crit, which means a lot more cooldown. Oh god, okay, okay. Okay, okay. Got him. Oh my god. It's an ice storm. But yeah, let me know what you guys want to see next. Like, what skill would you want to see me do? I think the next one I might do... Probably the dagger one is my next build to do, I think, if I had to choose. I might do 2 separate videos with dagger. Either that or I'll just put, like, I don't know, 2 separate dagger runs into one video. Because I want to do a build where it fans out, but I also... Oh god. Okay. Those ones with the electric balls that run at you are super scary. I also want to do a build... There's another legendary down here. I'm going to grab it before I get locked out of it, because it's too far away. I also want to do a build without the fan. Give me this. Make sure we get all this gold. Can I get this? Yes, nice. Okay, let's see it. Okay, actually... Not that bad, and I think it's because we actually had a constant 100% damage buff. The build that I did before when I was testing that only got like 3 mil damage, so... Or, sorry, 3 bill damage, so 4.5... That's a crazy increase. That's 1.5 billion damage increase from the last testing build I did. But yeah, this was a crazy... And we just got an achievement, slay over 20,000 enemies in a single run. Oh my god. We actually hit 20k. That's crazy. That's I think that's my personal record. Also, it resets in 35 minutes. We almost made it to top 1,000 without hacking the client. Not too bad to see, actually. Let's see if we got anything good here. Not great. This one's pretty good because it does have the evasion. We could do an evasion build that might be pretty good. 67 weapon power. Okay. We got another meteor one, but we already have a hat for that. It could be good though. But I do like the weapon that I got right now, that I have equipped. We got another ice spike, but it's on the boots. Okay, nothing really standing out for legendaries. Any one of these? We also need to check gloves in case we get like a 2 ban option glove. Okay, nothing really standing out here. So yeah, pretty cool build. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you want to see next, and I hope you have a great day, and thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.